Going on, everyone? What's going on? What's going on? Hope you guys are all having a good trading day. Looking at a little bit of a lunchtime bounce here on the NASDAQ. We're looking at a couple areas of interest. Off the open, we had that extended push higher into that initial balance high, right, where we kind of set that level, 20,116. And then we had a nice little sell-off, right? Nice little sell-off that lasted just about an hour to an hour and a half. We've swept those initial balance lows, which is the first hour range of trade, kind of put in that new low. Bulls are forming a little bit of a floor here, right? A little bit of a floor, and they've had a little bit of a back test. So with that being said, this little bit of a back test that we're having after we swept those initial balance lows, we've pushed back into the opening hour range. I've got a little bit of supply sitting here at the 20,030s. Definitely something to kind of keep in mind. Put this little dotted line here. You can see we've got a little bit of a range from the low of day to this prior, right? This prior consolidation swing high. So when we made the decline from 20,116 into this floor, the buyers were having a little bit of tough time trying to get this back up. Now, if we would have held the initial balance lows and kind of pushed through back up to the upside, a little bit more bullish. Once we lost those initial balance lows and swept, that really scared out a lot of buyers. Now you got to understand we're in New York lunch hour. So typically, you know, how I like to analyze the lunch hour is I necessarily don't really trade it. I'll always look to trade. That's a 20 SMA. I will look to trade leading into lunch, and I will look to trade coming out of lunch. Typically, what tends to happen during lunchtime is we get either a reversal of whatever was going on in the day. So if we were selling off, maybe you get some consolidation and you get a little bit of a reversal, and or you just get consolidation. If there's going to be a strong move, it's going to be coming after lunch, which is going to be in about 30 minutes here. If the buyers are true and that was the low of day, then we would see a push up through 20,030s, 20,040s, and then we would be looking for a test of the initial balance highs somewhere around 20,100 before the day is over. If we do kind of push this area into the 20,030s, cannot hold, and then start to lose the 20 SMA again, I would look for another little bit of a short scalp there. Again, remember, in this current market environment, all of my trades right now have been scalps, okay? Off the open, there was some fantastic moves. I mean, the ranges on some of these candles, 30 points, you know, 33 points, 32 points, 29 points. We've had some good range and enough to definitely make more than, you know, some scalp points. But for me, it's all about base hits right now. It's summer trading. I'm not looking to push too much. We're doing not too bad. So we passed another Apex evaluation. Again, very, very heavy size. You guys already know the deal. I treat the evaluations as, you know, the cost of the evaluation is the cost of my trade, right? So again, passed one of those quickly this morning on a few trades with some decent heavy size. And then we've got the PA account, right? We've got the PA account. Whoops, you guys can't see it. How do I get it back? Let me get it back. 1 second. Still can't see it. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Where did it go? I don't know where it's at, guys. I don't know where it's at. I think I have to restart my OBS and then load it back into the screen here. But anyways, PA account with Apex up 302.50 today, so there was 5 total trades taken. They were all 2-minute scalps. First trade was 6:30 in the morning, literally right off the bell here. We get that closure over the 20 SMA confirmation, hits for a winner. We do get a little bit of a short here. That low price was 20,070 into a price of 20,061. So again, quick little scalp there. Once those 2 trades hit, I was playing 1 mini contract. That's $100 here, $100 here. Again, it depends on where I'm getting filled because I am market ordering in, cost of commission and stuff like that. You know, it's like anywhere between $87 to like $90 a trade, something like that. Anyways, the next trade was here, and it was at 710. Now again, because I did come off of 1 winning trade, 2 winning trades, I sized down to 5 micros just to kind of protect those gains. And then we had another play, did not take this trade, did not confirm. This trade did confirm, but I did not take this short position. However, this trade would have hit here, right? This trade would have won. But simply, you know, I was out. I went to go grab some coffee. So, you know, those of you guys who trade with me in Evolution Traders, you guys know already, right? I come into the market in the pre-market, kind of look around, see what, you know, see what we're doing, see the print at 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sometimes I'm open to taking trades in the pre-market. Normally, you know, I'm kind of waiting. You know, those first 30 minutes to an hour is generally my sweet spot, and I don't really do any trading after lunch. I might look for this one more move, right? So as soon as we come out of lunch, I might look for one more play coming out of lunch, and then that'll be it, right? So we don't really push it right now. What I'm focused on right now is base hits. All summer long, it's going to be base hits. I'm really making a push. Again, for some of those of you guys who are new, I trade options, right? So when I trade options, that's how I pay my bills, guys. You know, I got a mortgage to pay, I got car insurance, I got health insurance, I got a son to provide for. You know, I got a lot of things that need funding, right? So I need to be able to make cash, and I need to be able to make cash quickly. I've been trading options for 10 years. But you know, the last couple of years, I've been slowly working into these prop firm spaces, taking some payouts in the past. Just took a couple of payouts about a week and a half ago with Top Step, which is good. We're working on the next pay period here for Apex. Again, looking to get something on the next pay period from Apex, but really looking to make a push on the number of PA/funded accounts, XFAs, with Apex and Top Step before the year's end. So realistically, my goal would like to be, you know, sitting somewhere between 15 to 20 accounts total. Right now I'm sitting at 4, 3 with Top Step, 2 with Apex, so that makes it 5. 1 was passed today, so 1's not active yet. So again, looking to kind of make that push towards the end of the year. But again, I'm not really looking for, you know, I'm not trying to do it like tomorrow, right? Like, we don't need to rush. So as those accounts start to trickle in, that'll be completely fine. Guys, still looking at the 20,038 level for that to get broken here. Again, going back to this previous consolidation high. Zeke, yes, 5 points on the PA account, 2-minute time frame. 2-minute time frame. Now, after the first 2 trades, I did go to the micro side of things, just to kind of protect those early gains. So again, I want to make this very clear. I trade evaluations, obviously different than I would trade my own personal capital. I trade evaluation accounts or combines, very different. Getting the break through the 38s, guys, very different than I do funded accounts, XFAs or PA accounts. Very different. So my strategy is the same, but my money management is different. Okay, so on, let's say, for example, an evaluation, you know, as long as I'm getting setups, I'm going to continue to trade. And I'm definitely going to trade heavier size. So, you know, that could run from 1 mini contract all the way up to 5, Okay. Again, you guys have been with me for a while. You guys understand, you know, whatever it cost me for the evaluation, I consider that my total risk, right? I'll just keep it a clear number across the board. Let's say it cost me $50 in evaluation. Again, I know Apex has cheap deals. Sometimes you're able to get a fire sale, something with Top Step, but let's just call it $50. That one account is a $50 investment. So if I blow it, okay, all I lost was 50 bucks. Great. But let's get this thing passed as soon as possible. That's my approach. Again, because I don't have a lot of time, I don't feel the need to sit in an evaluation for 1 to 2 months. Now, if you're new to trading, I would definitely recommend sit in an evaluation account for 1 month, 2 months, as long as it takes to get it passed. But once we get into the funded stage, we got to be a little bit more adult-like, right? Do I want to go out there and make, you know, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a day? Sure, right? But what's going to come with that, right? What is the risk of coming with trying to make $1,000+ a day? It's potentially losing your account, right? Especially with the $50,000 accounts, we don't have a lot of drawdown to work with, so we can't be foolish. We cannot be foolish. And typically, you know, in a funded account, the way that I approach that is, you know, I hit 1, 2 trades, 3 trades if I'm lucky enough, right? Because again, trading's probability. I never know when my setups are going to work or when they're going to fail. But if I'm able to get, you know, scrape 2 winning trades, I'm definitely going to start cutting size. That's probably going to the micro side just to kind of be in the game, right? I still want to be able to show up to the dinner table and grab a seat and grab a plate, but I don't want to run the risk of potentially giving back everything I did in the morning. It's the same thing vice versa. The first trade or 2 is a loser, then I need to make a hard decision whether I want to continue to trade that, because again, a lot of times traders will jump into trades in the morning, take 1 or 2 losses, and then feel that anxiety that they need to get it back, right? And then that puts you on tilt. Guys, so we've broken 20,038, which is a prior swing high here. We're trying to confirm this level here. Again, this is lunch hour. We still got about 30 minutes left here. We could start to make a push into the 50s. Okay, we could make a push into the 50s. If we do pull back, I'd look for support, hard support around 20,020. But again, right now we're trending higher, and we've been, you know, trending higher off the floor bounce here. 1 bounce, dead cat, or excuse me, 1 low put in, dead cat bounce, double bottom, and then the algo has just been turned on to where, you know, 80% of the candles are green, and they're not big range candles, but it's just kind of floating, right? So anytime you have this type of looking candlesticks, I want you guys to notice something. So notice the bodies on these candles, right? A lot of wicks, small bodies, indecisions, you know, a couple pushes higher, small bodies, indecisions. It's just floating. This is just algo trading, right? It's lunch hour, so they're basically institutions have basically found a spot temporarily. Doesn't mean that after lunch this doesn't get blown out, but temporarily where they're looking to run stops on everyone who is short. So if you're short here, are you starting to feel some pain? If you're short here, are you starting to feel some pain? If you're short down here, you're definitely feeling pain. But even if you're short all the way in here, you're starting to feel that pain. So if these sellers, right, start to feel enough pain, you're going to see after lunch an explosion move up back to the upside. Now again, if we come back from lunch and the sellers are like, whoa, you know, what's going on here, you're definitely going to see a lot of downwards pressure, because this is a lot of low volume trade. Okay, there's not a lot of weight that's supporting this funny move up. So definitely keep that in mind as well. If you go back to where the markets are more active and there's a lot more volume, notice the candles. The ranges are a lot bigger, right? Even the reversals, the big wicks. This is real trading going on in here, right? You know, you start to get into this lunch hour and look at how drastically the candlesticks change in the range from here to over here. And right now on the 2-minute chart, we're trading at around a 10 to 11 point range. So again, we're 10 to 11 point range. So the range is not extremely tiny, but again, if you're looking for a trade, you know, how much are you realistically looking for if you're not looking for, you know, some type of all-day move where you're going to use a bigger macro level of intraday support, right? You know, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 points to, you know, on your particular trades in a range of 10 to 11 is good. Zeke, so on XFA account, your first two trades are on minis, and then I will switch to micros. Yep. On the mini contract, do you use no? So no. So Zeke, if I'm trading micros, I'll give it the full reason why. Okay, I'll give it the full reason why if I'm trading micros, because I can manage that risk a little bit better. Okay. So far, the past few weeks, what I'm looking at on the one mini size is around a $200 to $225 stop on my trades. Okay, so if 10 points is going to be a $200 loss, I'm kind of stretching that between 10 and 12 points. Between 10 and 13 points is what I'm giving myself as wiggle room, I guess I should say, for my potential trades. Now, why am I doing that versus giving it the full reason why is, well, because I'm playing bigger size for one, and two, I'm implementing a strategy that's going to have a little bit higher of a win rate, meaning that typically within the first 1 to 4 minutes after entry of these trades, I should know if I'm going to be stopping out of the trade or I'm going to be profiting on the trade. So I don't want to give it a whole lot of wiggle room. Okay, I don't want to give it a whole lot of wiggle room. You know, with something that's hitting at, let's just call it over 70% as of right now, the past few weeks, do I really want to let one trade go against me too far and then have a potential blow up loss, knowing that out of a series of 10 trades, I'm going to win at least 7 of them? As of right now, again, market conditions and environments can change, but as of the past couple of weeks, those are the metrics that I'm working on, and that's what I can implement, right? I can only implement on the forward testing that I've been doing and what's working right now. So if I take a $200 loss, I need to make a hard decision. A, cut my position size down in half for trade number 2 and try to crawl back to winning trades to kind of get me back to break even, or continue with the same size. But if I take a second loss, I've got to be done on the day. Like there's absolutely no questions about it. Okay. You know, 2 losses at around $200 is a hard settle down, come back tomorrow. Because again, with this strategy, you know, we can go on 2, 3, 4, 5 winning consecutive trades in a row, which is going to eat those losses up, but we have to mitigate the amount of exposure that we're putting on ourselves. A lot of times traders will go down 1 trade, 2 trades, not understand that, hey, just stop out. Instead of waiting and hoping for this thing to come back against you, they put themselves into bigger drawdown where now maybe you need 5, 6, 7, 8 winning trades just to get back to even. Understand the metrics, understand the percentages and the win rates, understand that you're following a system, and as long as you're following the system, the numbers over a large body of trades should work themselves out. Now, obviously, with any strategy that anyone is using, again, you, like everyone listening here, take what I say with a grain of salt. Okay, I'm nobody. I'm just a regular dude who day trades for a living. That's it, right? Do your own back testing. I'm just giving information on what I'm doing and how I manage myself and what's been working for me. Doesn't mean that it's everyone's cup of tea. It doesn't mean that it's the right way. It doesn't mean it's the only way. There's a lot of different ways to trade. What works for me, I have to stick to, right? So you have the same simple moving average and on the 2 minute, but you have less setups. So I don't know. I'm looking at the 1 day 2 minute chart. If that changes anything. I know sometimes people are looking at the 5 day 2 minute. I mean, maybe that moving average is going to change just a fraction. But you know, we had basically 1 setup off the open that confirmed. We had another one, maybe about 30 minutes. That makes 2 trades, 3 trades, 4 trades, 5 trades. There's been about 6 setups today. So 6 setups. Maybe 5, right? Depending on, you know, if you want to classify, you know, waiting a couple of candles here for that one to set up. But between 5 and 6 setups on the 2 minute chart have presented themselves today, which again is not bad. And that's kind of what I'm, at least in the trading hours and the trading window that I'm using right now, I'm getting typically, you know, between 4 and 8 setups, 4 and 7 setups. And again, you know, better portion of those were winning. Yeah, Zeke. Yeah, they should all be the same. I mean, we're all looking at the same charts. Maybe something's going on there. Only 3 setups on your side. You're doing something wrong. Huh. How do you take a trade? Juan, what do you mean? What do you mean? How do I take a trade? Yeah, slam. If you're looking at the 5-minute time frame, Zeke is saying that we've only had 3 setups over there. This is a 1-day 2-minute chart. Again, I'm showing about 6 setups. I mean, as far as you're doing something wrong, I mean, you shouldn't have. I mean, you shouldn't be doing anything wrong. It's just a chart. It's like there's nothing that you can change to show yourself new setups. What kind of time do you look? Juan, I'm using 2-minute time frame. Been using the 2-minute time frame now for the past couple of weeks. Again, that does not mean that I do not trade the 5-minute anymore. Doesn't mean that I'm not trading the 5-minute anymore. I still trade the 5-minute. I still love the 5-minute. I trade the 5-minute on options, but the last few weeks for this strategy that I'm working right now, this little scalp strategy here, I've been using the 2-minute time frame. While scalping, do you prefer hard stop or mental? It depends. It depends. For me, it's a mental stop loss, but I've been doing this for a while. I don't have a problem cutting myself off. If you are a little bit newer, less experienced of a trader, and you maybe have a problem with FOMO, you have a problem with tilt, you have a problem with anxiety, you have a problem with not being able to exit out of trades when you should because you start getting into that hope mentality, definitely 100% set a hard stop loss and move along when you do. 20 SMA one, it's all the same strategy. It's just on a 2-minute time frame, and we're looking for 5 points. All the same stuff. It's all the same stuff that we got going on in the room. Nothing's changed. I would definitely recommend for newer traders to yep, 5 points, 1 mini contract. After 2 or 3 winning trades, if you get them, cut your size in half or walk away from the day. Walk away on the day. Even 2. I mean, I'm not opposed to walking away with 2 winning trades on the day. That's fantastic. If we want to make more money, we can scale more contracts. Yep. Yeah. So again, like Azik is saying, if we would have taken every trade, this was a winner. This was a winner. This was a winner. That's 3 winners. This one, is this a winner? 257, 252. This is subjective because I can see how someone got in late and then missed it. Let's call this a loser. This was a winner. That's 4 winning trades, 5 winning trades. So 5 winning trades, 1 loser here, because this one, I mean, it was like 4.5, 5 points, but maybe. I'm not going to sit here and do the math to the tick here. I'm going to call this a loser. You would have lost. So $100, $200, $300. We lost $100 here. We're back down to $200, $300, $400, $500. Slam, what is the true question that you want? Whether you see one setup or you see 10 setups, doesn't matter. When you see the setup on your chart, because again, you can't worry about what I'm looking at on my chart. We're all looking at the same candlesticks, but at the end of the day, you have to take what's on your chart. It doesn't matter. And again, you don't have to. No, one, I'm not live trading every day on YouTube. It's just too much of it's a headache. It's too much of a hassle. It's too much of a hassle, and I just, like, at the end of the day, I know I make a lot of YouTube videos, but like I'm not like a streamer. Like I'm not like these guys who can sit here. To be a streamer, you got to be an entertainer. If you guys were to tune in and watch me trade every day, it'd be a very fucking boring show. A lot of the times I'm not talking at all because there's no reason to talk, and I'm just clicking buttons. And by the time I click a button, I'm out of the trade half the time in a couple of minutes or a minute. No one will know what the hell I'm doing. So I like the hop on a couple days a week, do a little bit more teaching. Again, because I'm done trading today, so I have nothing to show. Because with something like this, it's so simple. If one was looking to, let's say, for example, I'll keep things real with everybody. If one was looking to watch my chart and have me commentate and narrate, hey guys, here's a setup, I'm long, you're fucking late, okay? And excuse the language, but it's the facts, and that's the reason why a lot of traders have a difficult time, is because they're looking for extra herd confluence confirmation. Guys, it's simple. Close over the 20 SMA. If the next candle or the following candle confirms, get in the trade, set a hard take profit. That's it. By the time I'm into the trade and someone's wondering whether they should tail or they should, or they're actually seeing something correctly, you're late, right? Because if I look at my stats for today, guys, the average trade time for me is 49 seconds. The longest trade time was 1 minute and 20 seconds. And it's 5 trades total. One of them was a screw up because I clicked, when I was switching over from minis to micros, I accidentally clicked buy. But whatever, so 5 winning trades for 302.50 on the Apex PA account today. Again, I won't go over the trades I took in evaluation, because again, evaluation, I'm playing big size and I'm throwing money around like crazy. On the 2 minute and using the same SMA, but your candles are a bit further than yours. For example, your 652 candle, I'm also looking at you're looking at Pacific Standard Time chart. Let's just clear that up. Your 652 candle is right on the SMA, but on my chart, it's way above. I'm looking at 652 candle is where? 652. Where's 652? This is my 652 candle. This is my 652 candle. This is Pacific Standard Time was what I'm looking at. I mean, it's I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so 9, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe some other people in chat can pull up a 2-minute time frame and the 20 SMA and see like everyone's should be the same. Yeah, I would double check your moving average. It's a simple moving average. It's not an EMA. Okay, a lot of people come in here and they say, what EMA am I using? I'm not using EMAs. I'm using simple moving average. I don't know. I'm using the 20 SMA. That's all that's on my chart right now. 200 SMA means nothing to me on this strategy because my take profits is so small. Yeah, it can't be the smooth. Can't be smooth. So I know there's like so many different moving averages, right? I'm always using simple moving average. Yes, sir. Just getting a lot of consolidation here, guys. Just a lot of consolidation right here around these 30s and 40s. See what the market kind of presents after lunch here. I mean, again, if the market's going to be strong and these bulls are going to continue to ramp, you know, maybe we start looking at 70s and 80s as a potential price target. If not, you know, to be honest, I would just expect a slide back down into the 20,000. I mean, at the 20,038, I'd wait for a break below it, and then I'd wait for a following candle to confirm. Again, is it a high probability setup? Not really. Is it a setup? 100%. So again, you know, the question around this time of trade needs to be asked, right? So I'll ask you, Azik, since you're the one asking about this potential trade. What's the P&L on the day? Right? Very simple question. What's your P&L on the day? One, consolidation means it's like a little range. Like notice how, you know, I mean, notice how these candles right here, It's like it's not really pushing higher, but it's not pushing lower. It's just kind of going back and forth, back and forth. So one could say, right, I could do something like this, you know, are we creating a little bit of a range here, right? We got a little bit of a range. So I would expect that if price breaks this little bit of a consolidation range here, it's going to go higher. Yes, that's just a fair analysis. If it breaks this bottom range here and confirms, it could go lower. Notice the previous range, right? Notice this previous range over here, right? See this range? Put in a low, back up, tag it, back down, tag it. It's just a range. Notice what happens when we broke the range. We broke the range, put in a low, and then it confirmed for some more. Okay, it's just a range. So that's all consolidation is. It's just a little bit of a, just break it down like this. Consolidation is nothing more than a little fight between buyers and sellers, right? Who's going to come out on top? Buyers or sellers? It's just noise, yeah. It's just noise. Like I don't want to be going long here, short here, long here, short here, long here, short here, right? I need to get out of this range first. I need to get out of this range. So we got to close below this 2-minute SMA. Is this thing going to confirm and give us a little bit of wiggle room here? I don't know, but is it a setup? Yes. You did some stupid stuff, trade chasing down on your XFA, but at the same time you're up on Apex the same amount, both around 1,000. Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. So if you're up 1,000 on Apex, are those fundeds or are those evaluations? I know you're down on XFAs, which is a funded account. Those evaluations are those Apex accounts, are those funded accounts, are those PA accounts that you're up on, and you're up around $1,000 is what you're saying? Zeke, you're up around $1,000 on those. Okay, how many of those are up around $1,000? How many accounts? Guys, that 2-minute 20 SMA short, low price was 20,038. We just hit 20,030. Someone should have locked in 5 points there. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. It's not hard, right? It's not hard. Zeke, hit me with it, man. How many of those accounts? $180 per account, 6 accounts. Why are you still trading? Why do you still want to trade? Why do you still want to trade? You're up $1,000 today. I wouldn't be trading at all. What's the rush? What's the rush? Let the days stack. 10 days, you're up 10,000 across those 6 accounts. 10 days at what you're doing, you're up 10,000. Okay, cool. Yeah, at least you got that mindset right. 1 to 2 micros only. Yeah, cool. I thought you were like looking to desperately get into a trade here. I mean, I go up over $150, $200, I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. I'm either moving to another account or I'm trading 1 micro, 2 micros. That's it. I just want those days to pass. Those $100 days, those $200 days. I just want more of those days to stack up. $150 days. I want 20 of them. I want 20 $150 days times 10 accounts. That's how you're going to start making real good cash. That's how you're going to be consistent. That's how you're going to start taking out profits. Again, guys, who took the 2-minute 20 SMA short for 5 points? Right? Who took it? Been talking about it on YouTube videos, been going over it here. Who took it? If you are still trading, right? If you're still trading, who took the trade? And if you did not take the trade, why? That's the question. Why? If you're still trading, right? Like if you're not locked out on the day because you're up profits. Like, so for example, I passed one Apex account. I'm not even going to trade it. There's no reason to. It's passed. I just need to let the day follow. I made $300 on a funded account, and I made $280 on an XFA account. I'm done. I'm content. I'm happy. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to do no more. Traded some options in the morning. Great. So if you're done trading on the day and you're just watching price, I get it. But if you're still out there trading, why didn't we take the short? Yeah, that's the problem too. See, Zeke, that like someone asked me, I think it was Juan, why don't I stream, or do I stream every day? And that's the reason why. And even in Discord, sometimes I'll be typing about the play potentially setting up. Next thing you know, it confirms that I'm over here typing. So, you know, again, this is trading. Okay. Everyone needs to worry about themselves. You put yourself first. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about the next guy. Don't worry about typing. Don't worry about anything else other than you. Everyone else lives in your world. Okay. So when it comes to trading, you have to be selfish and you have to be greedy, and not greedy in a sense where you're trading a million times to try to make $1 million. You have to be greedy, and I guess the better word should be stingy with your money. So when you have money, protect it. When you have money, you're stingy with it, right? You're not going to give it back. You're not going to be foolish. You know, put yourself first. So again, guys, if you're looking at the charts and let's say I'm asking a question or someone's asking a question or you're typing or something, but you have a potential setup, guys, forget everyone else and worry about yourself. Forget about everyone else, worry about yourself, and do your thing. What is the best advice that you can give to someone to try to pass an evaluation account? Find a strategy that you like, and put on big size, right? Put on big size. One second, guys. Guys, anyone take the long? 20,045 up to 20,051. Are we seeing how that's working? Again, it doesn't have to, you don't have to take 5 points. You don't have to take 5 points. If you want to take 4, take 4. If you want to take 3, take 3. Just making it easy, or whole, like a round number that everyone kind of knows. Yeah, that's right. Every time you win a trade, someone else lost. That's the way it should be. That's an open marketplace. If we didn't have it like that, there would be no market. If it wasn't set up that way, the market would go sideways. Consider this gambling. How would Apex consider this gambling? You have a strategy. Apex wants to see something. You can show them your strategy. You have a stop loss, and they're allowing, like, I think they switched it now. It's like 4 or 5 risk to 1 reward. This essentially is like a two risk to 1 reward. What's the problem? How is it gambling? And this is another thing too. Too many people are worried about all these fucking rules with Apex. Get up to payout. Request your payout. See if you're approved or denied. You're playing with funny money anyways. 4 to 1. So Zeke says that they're allowing 4 to 1. Used to be 3 to 1. So again, if you're looking for 5 points, then you can essentially put a 20 point, you can essentially put a 20 point stop loss, run a 5 point take profit. But see, that mindset, like that's a mindset that it's like so many new traders or people that have not been paid out, or people that just stay in these community chat rooms, and they stay in Apex Discord, and they stay on these Facebook groups or Twitter groups. I don't come from that space, right? I don't come from that space where I buy too much into a lot of the bullshit that floats around, right? The conspiracies, the news, like that. It doesn't mean anything to me. But I would like to understand, why do you think that they would consider this gambling? I just want to know. Rob, any tips for catching break of the reason why candle doesn't always bounce back to top price on a strong move? Do you set a buy, a stop, or do you set a buy stop limit at the top of the wick, assuming bullish? Yeah, I mean, there's some people in my room who do that. They like, let's say for example, you get that candle to close over the 20 SMA, and let's say, you know, I drag a limit there, and as soon as price breaks it, it fills you, and you have an automated take profit on an ATM strategy or something like that. Yeah, I'm always market in. You know, I just let my eyes tell me, you know, like, hey, here it is, and can I clearly see this candle break the wick? And then I just mark it in. Sometimes have I been a point early? Sure. Sometimes have I been a point too late? Of course. But I'm not really worried about that, because it's like, if the trade's gonna work, it's gonna work, right? Like I just look at things as like, I'm a realist. So whether I get in a point early or a point late and it doesn't work, well, so is life, right? I mean, life's not perfect, you know. But I mean, again, yeah, if a limit order is great. Again, I think for those people who are relatively new to the trading space game, I would definitely recommend, yeah, a hard take profit, a hard stop loss, and just run your numbers, right? Just run your numbers. Get through 25 trades, get through 50 trades, get through 100 trades, and then go through your performance. You know, what could be done better, what could be done different, right? In my mind, it is a strategy. Probability is that price will move those 5 points before a 20-point drawdown when using. Okay, so yeah, so you just answered your own question, but why? How is that gambling? Like, I don't understand. Rob, you're being precious with your entry on the scalp. Yeah, Rob. I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong, Rob. If we were out there, you know, throwing around 10 lots, right? We're throwing around 20 lots. We're throwing around 5 lots, you know, mini contracts. Then yeah, you bet your ass I wouldn't want to be in somewhere relatively close to where I should be, because 1 point, 2 points is going to be drastic, right? It could be detrimental to one's account. We're trading small size here, you know, we're throwing around 1-baggers, right? Again, and even 1-baggers for some people is a lot, you know, 1 mini contract. But I mean, you know, if it's a lot, you know, we always have the option to trade micros. Sure, you're not going to pass these things as quickly as one would like, but hey, if you're just looking to get the feel of things, go around there and throw around 2 or 3 micro contracts. Let them run, right? Get that confidence. That's the main thing, is confidence. Traders lack confidence. What if this happens? What if that? What if I miss it? Guys, like Rob, so trip out on this, man. So I'll trade, you know, a 5-minute time frame, and I'll look at areas of, you know, or whatever. When I'm trading options, I've been in a, you know, scanned over to a Nvidia chart or scanned over to a Tesla chart, and I've seen that it's an active 5-minute 20 SMA play, and let's say it's got $2 before our next supply, right? Like there's no supply ahead for $2, but I'm already 80 cents late on a trade. I've jumped in. I've jumped in on the trade and still caught the move. I've jumped in on trades and I bought the top, right? And that is what it is. If the trade's going to work, it's going to work. Once it confirmed, it's going to work. Like for example, if I go back to 8:56 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, right? The way that I teach trading micros using this strategy is you use a closure trading micros below your reason why candle. You get in on the confirmation and you sit in that puppy. You sit in it. You can use the trailing 20 SMA as a stop. You wouldn't have been stopped out until 20,038, but you got in at 19,093. So you almost made 40 points there, right? 40 points. That's for if you're trading micros. That's a whole different type of strategy, a whole different take profit type of strategy. Again, you got to find the take profit and the stop loss strategy that works best for you and your emotions. You know, a lot of times traders, they can't hold for this long, right? They get impatient, they get squiggly, they get wiggly, and they want to get in, they want to get out. So, you know, I've been working on this smaller take profit scalping strategy, and it seems to fit a lot of people's needs, because a lot of traders, you know, they want to feel like, you know, you're some badass that takes all these trades, you know, oh yeah, I'm long, I'm short, I'm calling the market, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, you want to take all these trades all around the yard, and it gives you enough setups that, you know, in the day you're going to get a handful of setups. So you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, and from there we analyze the performance. But I wouldn't be super meticulous on trying to get in right at the point. I mean, just let your eyes tell you if you don't want to run like a hard limit order. Just let your eyes show you. As soon as that candle starts to break the top wick, click the button. The only thing I would recommend, though, I do want to share with you guys, is that if you are going to decide to run something like this on one mini contract, give yourself a hard $225 stop loss. Just give yourself a hard stop loss, because God forbid, and this is another reason too, right, guys? I mean, there's a lot of questions that are being asked in chat. There's a lot of things like people are wanting to test things. They see maybe a little bit of success. Maybe you heard someone else doing it, you know, and I don't want to hear that someone came in and said, hey guys, you know what happened, I took this play long and I blew up my account because it went down 30 points. That's one trade. You think I'm worried about one trade? I'm trying to get through 100 trades here and then analyze my performance. I'm not worried about one trade, right? So again, you know, if this is going to hit at over 70%, which again, last couple of weeks it's been hitting over 75%, but you know, one trade can definitely wipe you out. Like let's be honest. I don't care if you won 5 trades today. Let's say you won 5 trades today. $100, $100, $100, $100. You're up $500. You get into another trade. It goes down 40 points. Well, guess what happened? Not only is all that money gone, but you probably blew up your account. One trade gave back everything you did in one day. So you always have to have a hard stop loss. You do have to have a hard stop loss. Whether you can control yourself enough to be a mental stop loss, or you need to put it in hard, right? You need to put it in hard where, you know, it's going to automatically kick you out of it. I don't know, but, and then from there is like, oh shit, you know, I lost. So what do I got to do now? You know, what do I got to do now is make the decision whether I need to trade or not. So, I mean, let's be honest here. Let's call an ace and a spade, right? Let me show you something in real time here. Okay, this is where people screw themselves up. Let's say you took this short. You got paid $100 here. I'm just using an example, guys. You can trade micros, you can trade whatever size you want. I'm just using an example so I can do math fast in my head, because I'm not that smart. Okay, so one mini contract here, 5 points, winner. One mini contract here, 5 points, winner. I'm up $100, I'm up $200. This trade here, the low price, 20,036, goes down to 20,034. It only went down 2 points. Guess what? It looks like it's starting to go back in the other way. Let's say someone does not have a hard stop loss here, and let's say this trade does not give you 5 points, and it goes up, and it comes up to 20,042. And then all of a sudden there's some crazy surge in the market and this thing just shoots up 15, 20 points like the NASDAQ can do. It's a wild, wild west. Not only did you get back this win, you gave back this win, you gave back this win, you gave back everything, and you could potentially lose your whole fucking account because you like, what's one trade, right? We don't know that we didn't know this one was going to work. We didn't know this one's going to work. We didn't know that this one is going to work or not. Well, I mean, let's see it. 20,036 went down to 20,031. 20,036.25, 20,031.25. It actually hit for 5 points here. One should have been paid. One should have been paid. And if you didn't get paid because maybe you got in a tad late, I would just take whatever is green on your screen right now, to be honest. There, now it got hit. Boom. So again, my example of trying to give you guys I wanted this to scream up to the upside so I can make the analysis like, hey guys, like, this is how one potential trade can screw up everything you did today if you don't have a hard stop loss. You know, I mean, since I've been on stream, guys, since I've been on stream, 1, 2, 3 hit, that's 15 points. That's $300 on one mini. Even if you trade 5, even if you're trading 5 micros, that's $50, $50, $50. That's $150. Even if you're trading 2 micros, it's $20, $20, $20. That's $60. Just took that short on a market in, got my 5 points. Hey, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Much easier that than trying to catch the wave. Yeah, for sure. You know, for sure. Here's the only thing. I have to put out the disclaimers because people are going to watch. They're going to, like, you know, they're going to get it in their head that, oh my God, I can just sit here and play a video game all day and print cash. You're not. Right? You're not. Because again, like I said, like I was trying to make the example to kind of show, like, if this didn't work, you can give back everything. What makes a good trader is not a good strategy, right? What makes a good trader is being able to control your trades and control your emotions. So where the hell are you going to stop trading on the day? For me, it's like 2 or 3 winners. If I can scratch the surface, get a couple winners, I'm done. I could care less. I could care less about this. Well, you missed out on money, and I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's someone else's money. I'll leave that for someone else. That's the way I approach it. That's what's kept me in business for 10 years. You know, mind you, 2.5 of those years in the beginning were not profitable, and I pissed away a lot of money. But that's what needs to happen, right? We need to get hit in the face over and over and over and over until we finally tell ourselves that, hey, I don't really like being hit in the face, right? I'm kind of tired of bumping my head against this brick wall because it's starting to hurt. You got to make an adjustment. You got to do something different. Good job, Aziz. Nice. So right now I'm analyzing the chart. We got a little bit of a double bottom, right? Prior swing low, got swept. We're in a little bit of a range here. So we're in a range from 20,022 to 20,058, roundabout. Okay. You know, what happens if we break this 20,022? I don't know. I can see us coming down maybe, you know, maybe somewhere in here, 20,015 and then 20,000. Anything back below this initial balance low at 20,000, forget about it. You know, you could see a drastic move. But again, you know, I'm not really looking for drastic moves. I'm just looking for a quick one. The thing with trading, guys, is just don't overanalyze, right? You got a strategy for a reason. You got an edge for a reason. Just let the numbers play out. You know, don't analyze every singular trade. You know, work them in batches, right? Like I tell my guys in Evolution Traders, like work them in batches of 20. You know, we need to see data. We need to see data. Let's get 20 trades under our belt using the same entry model, the same stop loss, the same take profit, and then let's analyze what the hell's really going on here. Is it profitable? Is it not? Is it worth running this batch another 20 trades, or do we need to make some adjustment? If it's profitable, great. Let's run it another 20 trades and we do it all over again, where we do that analysis. But so many times traders will win 1-2 trades and then take a big loser and be like, what the fuck happened? I thought I had a strategy that works. Makes no sense. Everybody's going to lose trades. Every strategy is going to lose trades. There's no strategy out there that wins every single time. Year over, year in, month out, week in, week out, day in, day out. You just want to keep your risk small enough to where when you do take those lumps and you take those hits on the head, that you can actually come out on the other side without being, you know, destructed. Yep. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. That's why I don't like streaming, especially in the off the open. You know, so many people used to ask, you know, like, why don't I stream off the open? Because the open is an absolute shit show, right? I can get a setup and click the buy button, sell button, or click the buy button or sell button, depending on if I'm long or short. I'm gonna get auto fill to get out, and then, you know, asking people, hey, did you take that? And then it's like, should I still take it? And I'm like, fuck. You know, like how much of a weight that puts on me? Like, again, not because because I'm supposed to be, you know, like, you know, helping everyone manually enter and exit their trades, but it's like, just as a human, like I would feel bad that someone necessarily maybe who just maybe watching my stream or maybe just seen one of my videos yesterday, who knows nothing about me, and they're like, well, if this guy's long, I should be long, but you don't even know that I'm out. That used to happen so much in options, that I would get into an options trade, it would go up, you know, let's say Tesla, when Tesla was trading in big ranges, it'd go up $1, $2 extremely fast, and I'm getting out, and people are like, is it still a good long? I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, technically it's still a good long, but, you know, I'm also out of the trade as well, right? So that's the thing. You, right, always have to know what you're doing first. Again, just because, and I want to make this very clear to everyone, just because I'm taking a 5-point take profit and giving myself a $225 risk per trade on one mini contract does not by any means mean that you have to play one mini contract, or it does not mean that you have to give yourself $225 worth of risk on a trade. It also does not mean that you need to get 5 points. You can take the strategy and you can adjust it. Maybe you want to trade 5 micros. Maybe you want to trade 1 mini. Maybe you're ballsy and you want to pass an evaluation quickly and you want to play 3 mini contracts. Maybe you only want to play 1 micro, right? You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to give yourself $225 loss. You don't have to give yourself 10 to 15 points worth of stop loss on this strategy. You can adjust it. You can do what's right for you. But as long as you know why I'm taking the trade, then you can work your metrics the way you want to work your metrics, right? So many people, especially on social media, which is why everyone is you know, everyone is like so fixated on everyone on social media, but like that it has to be done the same way that, you know, it's like it doesn't. Everyone's different, man. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own different sets of emotions and their own account sizes. Strategy is a strategy. You can play with the numbers on take profit and stop losses all you want. Today, the 5-minute SMA strategy has filled 100 points by 10 a.m. If you played the first, yeah, there was I believe even on the 2-minute chart, that first setup, right? If you played it that way, where you were looking to use the hard stop loss at your reason why candle, you know, from high to low, it went from 20,026 all the way up to 20,116. It was almost 90 points. So, yeah. Again, that's a different way of trading as well. You know, I do try to show that way of trading as well. But again, that takes a particular person. It takes a particular person that can handle drawdown. It takes a particular person that can handle swings. A lot of people want to make those 80-point trades, but I'll tell you this, a lot of people can't sit there when their trade's up 50 points and then it's back break even, right? You get all panicked. So know who you are, right? I call it like your trader profile, your trader DNA. Understand what your trader DNA is. Like, for example, this happened yesterday. Me and a couple of the guys in Evolution Traders, we played Amazon long, right? And I was looking at Amazon long through a previous hour candle high, and I was looking at it into previous day high, and if it broke that, take some cash. I ended up making like $1 on it or something, right? Like from entry on 10 contracts or 12 contracts, whatever I was playing, it went up $1 in price. Great. I sold it, made a few $100s on it. I'm happy, you know, 350 bucks or something like that in a matter of 10-20 minutes. I'm great. That stupid stock went up another like $2 or something from entry. We just watched it, right, all day. Hey, it is what it is. But like I know that's not my forte, you know. Like that, those are the guys that you'll see on social media that'll post, you know, 1,000% gainers, and like, you know, they've been holding a position for fucking 3 days, you know, and finally it came back in the green for them, and they're showing everyone that they made, you know, $20,000. That's great. But what about the guy who you know, has $1,000 account and he was in drawdown $700, potentially risking blowing up his own personal cash account? You know, you don't know what people are doing. Like, you don't know their account size. You don't, like, that's why I say just don't worry about everybody else. Worry about yourself. You know, you try to worry about what everyone else is doing, oh man, it's just gonna be a problem. So many people take things so serious and so literal. It's like, guys, this is just trading. You know, like we're not out here saving lives or nothing. You know, like we're watching some 1980s video game with these candlesticks on here, going back and forth, clicking a button on a mouse, or hell, some of you guys are on your phone. But we're not doing nothing spectacular. It's a what it is a it's just it's a battle, right? It's a battle, and it's you versus you. That's who you're playing against. Yourself. You're playing against yourself. You ain't playing the markets. You ain't playing, you know, the best strategy in the world. You're playing you versus you. But anyone take that last long? Did that last long confirm? 20,049, 20,054. Pretty close. Almost. No, it didn't really hit. That last one didn't hit. Now it's pulling back. So right here on this particular one, if you're long, you're gonna have to make a hard adjustment here. Are you gonna run your full stop loss? Are you gonna try to break even for a small chunk of change here, or are you gonna give it an opportunity to break? This is where real traders are made. when this type of action's going on, right? You miss take profit by like a tick, literally, right? 20,049 up to 20,054, maybe it, like by a tick, right? Or did we get that for 5 points? I don't know. My math is shot right now. But again, I mean, like I was mentioning yesterday, a couple days ago, I took a couple of these setups in the pre-market. I took one in pre-market, and it was just an immediate loser. As soon as I got in, it went up 1 point, and then it just dropped on me, and I lost 225. I started looking at the other setups in pre-market, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, 3 setups so far, all of them confirmed, and they went for like 4 points, and then just reversed and just stopped everyone out. I adjusted the take profit to 4 points. I'm like, okay, if the market wants to play games with me, well, I'm going to play games with the market. Let's adjust our take profit to 4 points. We're going to keep that same kind of risk going here. If I lose another trade, I'm done. If I win another trade, great. I'm going to get back half of those losses. And then it ended up winning like 3 more times at 4 points, 4 points, 4 points. And then I was able to get back profitable. And then ran one more at the 5 points. It hit. Sweated my ass off in the morning there, and then just called it a day, right? So it's, again, like, you got to be a trader too. Like, we're all human beings, right? You don't be like a caveman, like like, okay, 5 points, I need 5 points. Like, make an adjustment. If you see something going on in the market where, you know, hell, there's been times, again, I don't recommend it during summer trading, but there's times in the market, you know, Q1, Q4, Q3, outside of summer, where we might be looking for 10 points. Like, I'm looking for 10, 15 points. Boom, boom, boom. Right now, I'm not going to do that. I've been around this game a long time. The volume is thin, guys, in the summer. You protect yourself in the summer so you can go heavy in the fall. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. You know? Exactly. I mean, yeah, you got to be a trader. Like, again, guys, there's some times where, like, I'm in a play and I'm like, I'm looking at, you know, another level of supplier demand. I'm like, oh man, like, this play that I get into, you know, it's at, I'll just use an example. It's at previous day high, right? So, or it's at a 200 SMA or 50 SMA as well. And I'm like, if I get into this trade and it's struggling at this other area of supplier demand, I got to cut it. Like, I don't have time to sit here and hope that this thing breaks through. I'll just take whatever I got on the table off and just wait. But, like, there's some people that will sit there and they will say, well, I was supposed to be in it for 5 points. I was supposed to be in it for a 1-to-1 at 25 points, and I was up 17, and then it went all the way back down. Why did it do that? I don't know. Maybe because there was a bigger level on a bigger time frame. You guys also have to remember this as well. The smaller the time frame, the less weight that a lot of these moving averages and supply and demand zones have, right? If we're in on a trade on a 2-minute time frame, but we're running into like an hourly support or an hourly demand, what do you think is going to outweigh that, right? What do you think is going to outweigh that? The hourly level, right? The previous day high low, right? That initial balance, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. You know, those levels are much bigger than these 2-minute scalps. That's why on a 2-minute play, we're just looking to like sneak in the back door, grab a plate, and get the hell out, right? Like, don't mind me if I take some of this peach cobbler, you know, and just get in and get out. And again, this long play here puts you into a little bit of shit for 5 or 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes. A little bit of drawdown here. I think it just hit though. 20,059. An entry price of 20,049. That one just hit as well. Yeah, Tiggy, that's what it is to be a trader, man. That's what it is to be a trader. You know, don't be so concrete on your thinking. You know, I don't think the market's going to go any higher. Who's buying up here? We should be selling. You ever get a load of those people? I know on the option side of things, man, I go to social media over the past few months and people are like, you know, there's no way in hell that Nvidia deserves to be trading up here. You know, this thing's going to pull back. And they were saying that at 450. They were saying that at 550. They ran Nvidia all the way up to $1,000. Where were all those people at that were saying, yo, who's buying at these prices? It hit $800. People are saying, who's buying at these prices? Who's buying at these prices? Obviously, someone, right? You want to know who sets the market? The market sets the market, right? The market sets the market. You don't think that it's worth trading up there at $1,000? Fine, step aside. Someone else does, and someone else will make money. You know, start shorting against the trend. Go get steamrolled, right? This business is cutthroat. If you don't look at it as being cutthroat business, right, where you got to be greedy, you got to be stingy, you got to be able to execute, you have to be able to cut a loss, be a very good loser, and just accept the fact that when you're wrong. You know, you definitely have to I mean, you definitely got to be a different animal, right? You can't be soft in this business. Don't be soft. Is there a place where you can replay and make trades for backtesting, free or paid? There's a lot of market replays. Yeah, we're testing a bunch of them in our room right now. I mean, like if any of your platforms have like an on-demand where you can like rewind the tape back, sure. I've got it here on Thinkorswim where I can rewind the day back. I know a lot of platforms have that on-demand feature where you can put in a specific day and then you can just run it at 2x, 3x speed and go through trades. Watch it present itself, and then, you know, where would you have gotten in, and then so forth and so forth. I used to do it the old school way when I was you know, working on a lot of strategies years and years ago. I would just sit there for hours and hours and days and days and days on end and go back months and months and months. And I would just pull random days and I would tell myself, you know, where's my strategy present itself? Where would I get in? Where would I potentially get out? How much money would I potentially lose? How much money would I potentially make? Okay, I would write it down. I'd be like, this trade would win. You know, I would probably have felt a little squeamish here, but you know, if I held, and then, you know, just go through. Backtesting is very key. Like, I still backtest. Like, you guys want to know why I put out so many videos on YouTube? Like, if those of you guys who follow me, because I'm backtesting. That's all I'm doing. I started this whole channel as a documentation process for my trading, for backtesting, for looking at levels, for being able to go back and review. Right? That's all I do. I'm just backtesting trade ideas and things and where I think the market can go based on technical analysis. That's all it is. And I do it every day, like every day. Like, even though I'm done trading today, and even though that there was winners and there was a couple losers in here, I'm still gonna go back. I'm gonna look at the chart and I'm gonna backtest again, because those mental repetitions is what makes trading easy when it comes time to trade the real markets. Because then when you see the trade present itself, you can tell yourself, I've seen this so many times. I've seen this, right? I've seen this setup. So since I came on here, 1 winner, 2 winners, 3 winners, 4 winners. That's incredible. That's incredible. But I also know that the longer we sit here and the longer we watch these trades continue to confirm and continue to show that it works, it's going to get to a time and place where a setup will happen and it's not going to work, and then you're going to give back everything you did on the last 3 or 4 trades. Guys, if you made money today and you're green right now, I would lock it up. I would lock it up. Do not be greedy. Protect your money. Remember, be stingy. This is a selfish business. Be selfish then. Okay, so be selfish. With that being said, I'm going to do everyone a favor and I'm going to get off of this live stream, so maybe you guys will also walk away as well. I walked away over an hour ago, over 2 hours ago, almost now, and I missed 1, 2, 3, I think it was 4, right? 4 trades. It's perfectly fine with me, because guess what? I'm selfish and I locked up money today. and I'm not going to give it back. With that being said, hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this live stream. Again, I know there's only a few people on here, but it really helps the channel when you hit that thumbs up button. So I'm going to give it 60 seconds for all 30 of you people to hit the thumbs up button. And if there's not 30 likes on this video, I will not be doing these anymore. It's free to like it. So give you guys another 30 seconds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure live comments help. I don't really know how YouTube works, but I think all engagement kind of helps boost it up. Again, I don't really consider myself a streamer. I give those guys a lot of credit who can sit there and do that for hours and hours on end. But again, you know, it helps. It helps boost it. Just do what, Melissa? Just do what? Oh, telling people to press like. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Getting a little pullback here into this 20 SMA. Again, before I get off, guys, be cautious, okay? Be cautious, especially if you guys are green. You know, I know some of you guys are going to be eager to take this short if this confirms. I don't want you guys to get stopped out here. Again, you know, I wish that I knew how to cherry pick the winners, but I don't, right? I don't. I just have a system, and I couldn't tell you if it's going to win or lose on the next setup. So just be cautious if you're green. The only thing that we can control is what's in our account, whether it be green or red. That's the only thing that we can truly protect and be in control of. At the end of the day, we don't control the moves of the market. But I'll see all of you guys on the next one, guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Maybe we'll see how I do tomorrow trading myself. If all's good, I'll be on here. If all's bad, I'll probably get on here as well to talk about things I did wrong. But it'll just be for a quick hour or so. 20's acting as a little bit of support. I'm going to take a look at the hourly chart right quick. Kind of an ugly looking chart, to be honest. Pulled back into the hourly 20 SMA bounce and just trading in the middle of the range. Daily chart here kind of swept yesterday's highs. Let me pull up the big chart for you guys so we can really see. We can really see down and dirty. We can get down and dirty here and see what's really going on a daily time frame. So yeah, daily time frame right now, we're trapped under this linear regression supply. This doesn't look like anything more than a 2-3 day dead cat bounce. Guys, if we start giving, like, keep this in mind for tomorrow and next week, we start giving up today's lows, we're going to be looking to test prices of 19,700 very quickly. And if that gets taken out, right, if we take out this level here, guys, we could be looking at prices of 19,400, which is going to be a monster trade to the short side. In order for the bulls and the buyers to regain some control of this chart, where moves are not so choppy and inside like rangy, we're going to need to close over the linear regression supply, right? So we're going to need to get over today's highs in 20,130 before we have any shot of actually testing all-time highs. I'd be very cautious for the longs. If I was like a buyer long term here, looking for swing trades long, I'd be extremely cautious holding equities long over the next week until we can get back over and prove ourselves. Again, we're still holding short-term demand, 5 and 10-day moving average, but that's just a quick it's just a quick down day away from giving up today's lows and just having an absolute free fall into 19,455. But that, like, truthfully speaking, like, we kind of came down and filled this gap from the contract rollover perfectly, which, again, bullish. It is bullish that we're holding, but I need to see a significant green day. Like, being up 50 points here on the NQ is nothing. That's a scratch day. That's a scratch day for the NQ. And to be honest, I would have liked to see a deeper pullback on this run into 19,500, and then that would be a more solid area to start looking for those longer term bounces. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Thank all of you guys for being here. Catch you guys next time.